Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back, putting a positive spin on Boxing Helena. Boxing Helena is a 1993 film, co-written and directed by Jennifer Lynch. Yes, David Lynch's daughter. She wrote this movie when she was only 19 years old. The film also served as her directorial debut. Unfortunately, Boxing Helena is infamously, and I mean infamously, hated. It was panned by critics and trashed by fans. Purely and simply, many people do not like this one. Because of that, Jason and I have always had it on our list of positive spin movies. The problem was, Jason didn't own it, because this DVD is so damn rare. Luckily, earlier this year, I was able to send him a spare copy I found. He always appreciated this film almost, or even just as much as I do. And then after he received it, we actually considered giving this one a controversial view instead. There are multiple controversies surrounding Boxing Helena. But ultimately, because of the amount of disdain for it, we decided on positive spin. You never know though, we might just revisit it eventually for controversial view. I'll save all of that stuff in case we do. I have been fascinated with Boxing Helena ever since the first time I saw it. Yet, as I said, it's so hated. Go figure. Hating, fascinating. I'll go with the more positive of the two. After all, this is a positive spin. Now, of course, that means this video is not a review. And you know, I'm glad it's not, because there's not a lot that can be said about this movie without spoiling it. I definitely don't want to do that. I want people to see this one. It deserves to be seen, despite this MGM DVD being insanely rare. So, without giving too much away, here are some of the things I love about Boxing Helena. First of all, I think it's really cool that Jennifer Lynch directed this, and that she wrote it at such a young age. I'm a huge fan of David Lynch, and because of Boxing Helena, I'm a fairly big fan of Jennifer Lynch. She went on to direct some other films and a lot of TV episodes. Probably many you've seen yourself without even realizing it. She has a great eye for filmmaking, and that's apparent in this. I love the 90s vibe of Boxing Helena. It is insane. When I think of the 90s, I think of a movie like this one. The way it looks, the scenery, even the soundtrack, which is another big positive for me. We have Lenny Kravitz, Tears for Fears, but then we also have Bach and Mozart. There's a song from Enigma and a cover of I Can't Make You Love Me by Venice, which I love. I Can't Make You Love Me is actually the song that plays over the end credits, and it's extremely fitting. It's the contrast, though, that gets me. The darkness of the film ending with such a gentle melody. There is such a fitting sadness to it. Truth be told, both Jason and I found ourselves listening to the song again after the movie was over. It wasn't planned either. He messaged me saying he was listening to it, and I was listening to it at the exact same time his message came through. The next big positive for me is the cast. Boxing Helena stars Julian Sands, rest in peace, and Sherilyn Fenn. It also stars the late Bill Paxton, rest in peace to him as well, Kurtwood Smith, Art Garfunkel, and you know Mary from Christmas Vacation that works at the department store? Can't see the line, can you, Russ? Nicolette Scorsese? Well, she plays in Boxing Helena as well. And I guess now's a good time to tell you, she's naked in this. Clark Griswold would be jealous. Sherilyn Fenn is also plenty naked in this. That's another big positive. The movie is very erotic and pretty extreme in its sexual depictions. There are some up-close shots that, I assure you, will leave a lasting impression. Going back to the cast, though, Julian Sands was fantastic in this. He plays awkward so well. His character Nick, while a rich surgeon, is purely pathetic. I mean, the poor guy does have an Oedipus complex. He has some severe mother issues. Sherilyn Fenn plays the absolutely gorgeous Helena, who also manages to be a complete bitch. Bill Paxton was awesome as always in his role. I love the setting of the movie. It was filmed on location in Georgia, but most of it takes place within Julian Sands' character's mansion. It's a beautiful home for such a damaged guy. I like the scene at the flower shop and the one at the small grocery store. They just have a nice 90s atmosphere. I love the party scene, and for some reason, the fountain scene has always stuck with me. This is a movie I think about often, and I'm talking years and years. It just hits me deep down. It hooks me and never lets go. It's mesmerizing in the way it was filmed, especially that fountain scene. The irony is, the film is about obsession, and I find myself almost becoming obsessed with the film. I guess you could say it's more about unrequited love, becoming obsession. Julian Sands, as Nick, had a one-night stand with Helena, played by Sherilyn Fenn. Since then, and even with a new girlfriend, he has never been able to get over her. When he sees her at a bar, his passion for her sparks once again. He begins spying on her and watching her in sexually explicit fashion. He even invites her to a party at his mansion after the death of his mother. But poor Nick. Helena wants nothing to do with him. In fact, she goes out of her way to put him down for being as pathetic as he is. But as a surgeon, Nick is capable of things more terrifying than anything she could find in her nightmares. To avoid spoiling anything else, I'll leave it at that. This is one of those movies I could talk about for a very long time. But because I want you to seek it out and watch it for yourselves, I don't want to give it away. Boxing Helena is equally beautiful and equally haunting. It's gorgeous and horrific at the same time. People seem to hate the ending of the film, which I do not understand. I sincerely think they just don't get it. I personally love the ending, so that's another positive. This has always been a favorite of mine and will continue to be. It's a movie I revisit often. But I can't make you love it if you don't. This is just my positive spin. Be sure to check out Jason's as well to hear his thoughts. Have you seen Boxing Helena? Do you hate it? If so, comment below and let me know why. To which hated movie will we next give a positive spin? Check back soon to find out. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and, be kind, subscribe.